70,000 years ago, Yellowstone erupted in one of the most catastrophic and deadly eruptions in recorded history. This supervolcano spewed massive amounts of lava nonstop, forming what is now known as the Pitchstone Plateau southwest of Yellowstone National Park. While a future Yellowstone eruption would cause widespread damage and potentially destroy life in the region, it would also have a significant impact on our planet's already fragile climate, sending massive plumes of ash into the atmosphere and triggering temporary cooling events. The good news, however, is that the USGS states that a Yellowstone eruption is unlikely to occur anytime soon, with an average of one eruption every 725,000 years indicating that we are still some way off. However, the significant climate events generated by a Yellowstone eruption are reason enough to warrant high-level research and daily monitoring of the volcano. Thanks to a team of researchers from Rice University, the University of New Mexico, the University of Utah, and the University of Texas at Dallas, we now have greater insight not only into what's happening beneath Yellowstone's surface, but also into what might prevent future eruptions. Their findings, recently published in the journal Nature, used seismic imaging and computer modeling to prove that while Yellowstone is still actively releasing gas, there is no immediate threat of an eruption, as Professor Brandon Schmant of Rice University explained in a statement. For decades, we've known about the presence of magma beneath Yellowstone, but the exact depth and structure of its upper boundary have been a big question. What we discovered is that this reservoir isn't dormant, it's been there for several million years, but it's still dynamic. Even more exciting, the team discovered a 3.8-kilometer deep magma layer within the volcano, trapping pressure and heat within. To truly understand Yellowstone's seismic activity, the team used a vibrotactile truck, a large vehicle that generates small earthquakes. As these seismic waves propagate through the surface of the volcanoes that make up Yellowstone National Park, they can precisely measure them at the top of the magma system. However, this was no simple process. The team was not only working amidst the COVID-19 pandemic, but they also had to work through the night to avoid disrupting daily activities in the park. Their discovery, a 3.8-kilometer deep volcanic layer, helped create the first image of the top of Yellowstone's magma reservoir, as well as a deeper understanding of what lies beneath the surface, all crucial information for shaping the future of the supervolcano. Although gas is escaping from Yellowstone naturally, the researchers explained and reassured the public that the volcano is breathing steadily and there is no cause for concern. Although we detected a volatile-rich layer, the bubbles and melt content are below levels typically associated with an imminent eruption. Instead, the system appears to be efficiently venting gas through fissures and channels between crystalline minerals, which makes sense given Yellowstone's numerous hydrothermal vents that emit magmatic gas. In fact, this vent system releases pressure from the magma chamber, further reducing the likelihood of an eruption. If you're interested, you might want to read about why we need to worry about seafloor leakage. For dormant volcanoes, we typically don't predict future eruption dates, but rather the probability of an eruption within a specific time frame, e.g., next year or the next 10 years. This is much like a long-range weather forecast, for example, estimating the probability that the upcoming hurricane season will have more storms than typical years.